These numbers do not look like what they used to look like. Like Paladin was like number 5, was like number 4, wasn't it? Did they nerf Paladin? Maybe they nerfed Paladin. And Priest is higher, Rogue is lower. They might have done a micro adjust, actually. We haven't seen that much movement for a while, and now it's like there are a couple classes. This one went down. Warlock might have gone up, because Warlock was like number 7 or 8. They might have just changed a couple of classes, actually. Which would mean they actually buffed, like, or they nerfed the one class that was competitive with Mage and Priest. Obviously, right? That would be the thing to do. Alright, well, we'll do Warlock, I guess. Imagine they tell players about microdust. Yeah, why would they ever do that? The classes in the middle swap places pretty frequently. Maybe, because there's not that much distance there. Oh yeah, show this. It's not the worst thing. There's a slight penalty loss to having situational cards in Warlock because of life tap and stuff, but yeah, you still usually don't have that much spell damage. I've had a lot of Warlock decks where you have like the spell damage Aug Merchant and this card, but you just never really pull it off. I'll take the Jar Dealer, I guess. Easy Vile Fiend. Probably another easy Vile Fiend. Yeah, especially in Warlock. If it was another class, like maybe, but I really like Raised Dead, but it's a lot worse in Warlock than Priest. In Priest, it's like absolutely insane. I think we're fine taking the first Hellfire. I think we're fine taking the second Hellfire. Maybe it's, did they replace Succubus with that thing because she was too hot? Yes. That was actually the reason. That was legitimately the reason. It was because they wanted to be more marketable in, like, markets like China specifically. And having that kind of cleavage was just too much. So legitimately, yes, that was the reason they replaced Succubus with Bellstalker. Was because she was too hot. Yes. I think we're fine with the second Hellfire. We can kind of go for that kind of a deck. Yeah, let's try to go for a slow Warlock. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a slow Warlock here. A 2-drop might be good. We have 2 of these though. This is pretty good with any kind of stealth is good with Shadow Flame. And kind of high attack stealth, I mean. You can see the win rates. It's kind of crazy how high the win rate is of this card, just because it's a 2-drop. It should release a plus 18 version, an 18 plus version of Hearthstone. Yeah, with unnerfed Jaina also. Spell damage might matter. I think it's close. Palebearing has been pretty weak, I think. He had double life tap bug. And we'll take Thresher instead. I really like Delinquent. Probably Flame Imp here. I mean, we weren't really drafting a Flame Imp deck. Since we decided we were going full control, we got a fair number of Zoo cards. And this would be more in that direction. This is more of the better control card, I guess. It's fine. The thing is like, if we do actually want to play slow games, this card is terrible for us, because we already have 6 points of self-damage. And that's a little much. We may just want the Hailbringer, actually. Yeah, okay. We'll try to... I think if we want to go the slow direction, we should do this. Demonic Studies. How good are... Let me look in Warlock. I think a lot of the good demons are not Warlock cards is the problem. Like, Warlock demons are actually not that good, which is why you can see Demonic Studies doesn't actually have the high win rate. Yeah, like you can't even get like the prime cards. Demons are just not that good, I think. Why don't you just take this? Not again. We have no demons. I mean, we have no dragons, right? I guess we take the imp. Alright, fuck you, game. I guess we'll take the Dark Flare. Dark Flare is really good. It's a 3-drop, and this card's really good too. But yeah, we'll take a 3-drop, I guess. As much as I like Evasive Worm. Damn, I really like Evasive Worm. We have literally 0 3-drops. Is Draxus a demon? I think so. Yeah. Seems like a genius deck. Scoundrel should be... Honestly, the thing is, like, spells kind of suck in Warlock too. Warlock spells just are not that good. And we already have... The thing is we have all the AoE we need, but we have no removal, so we actually might want it just to fish for Siphon Soul type stuff. I think so. I think we need it just to try to get Siphon Soul. Alright, we'll take a Shavaro. Is Goblin better than Grizzly? Looks like it is. Okay. Do we want a Fist? We do need threats. We probably need it. We have a fair number of 2s. We actually have a lot of 2s. Yeah, this is a really good 2, but we need the Fist more probably. Okay. I broke it because I picked too fast. Hold up. I saw the card and I was just, yes, I should. I think I still broke it. Damn it! I broke the thing. Oh no, I broke it. Oh, I think that the Aug Merchant's actually really good. The 3-drop's also really good. Do I need to like? Okay, if I refresh it. Okay. Yeah, we have no Soul Fragments, so. It's just a 3-mana 3/4, but that's really good. The thing is I actually do think the Aug Merchant's going to be really good in this deck. You can always Aug Merchant like a Vile Fiend or something, even if you're off board. An Aug Merchant a Fist too. Tutor, we don't have cheap spells that we would combo with Tutor, and we have AoE already, so that's kind of crap. I guess we'll take the Alchemist. Of course. Tyrant is fine. Soulshare is also fine, but I think we'll take Tyrant. Alright, we'll take the School Spirits here for sure. And a 3-drop. Alright. It seems like, I don't know, man. Like, I've drafted a lot of Warlocks this patch, and like, I haven't really gotten a bad one. You know, like, this feels good. What does the LF, HSR, and HA mean on the cards? It's just, the 3 numbers are different ratings. So LF is Lightforge, HS Replay is HS Replay, HSR is HS Replay, which is the win rate on HS Replay, and HA is Hearth Arena.
Your soul shall be mine.
Lightforge and Hearth Arena are just... HS Replay just shows data of games that are played, and the other two are sites that try to rate and evaluate the power level of cards. How did this happen? Right on time.
You don't pick the ones, eh?
Pretty good draw.
I'm gonna win big.
Fuck. Card we want versus card that gives us two cards that we might want. Ah, that's actually rough. It's probably Twisted Knowledge. If I was offered them in the draft, you would take the Twisted, right? I think we just want the more value. Versus Priest Knowledge. Yeah, it's like... It's probably better. Okay, we could play the 4, but there's nothing we're really ramping into, and also this is the best Evil Genius we're probably ever gonna get. We don't have great Evil Genius activators in this deck outside of the Char Dealers, so... Same time, the 2-1's actually good on board. I do think we want to get this rolling. Blackie on the second half should be good. Blackie on the second half should be just as good as the first half, so I guess you could play both the lackeys here, but I don't think it's needed. Yeah, he doesn't know. A million 1 and 2 drops, turn 2 tap. Exactly. We might want to keep the stealth for a turn just so we can ramp out the Twin Tyrant. Depends on that, obviously, if we need the attack with that thing or not. We're gonna get the Thresher out though, which is kind of a problem for him. Unless he has Soul Mirror, then it's very much not a problem for him.
So where does the magic come from?
Alright, I think we just kill that.
Got something to hide.
Or not. How much do we believe in Shavara? Probably not enough. We could like do this in School Spirits. I don't know. We're probably just gonna have to leave this thing up. Holy Nova is not a full clear by itself. It's pretty damn bad with what the logical play would be. We could just kill this instead, actually. Yeah, actually, we'll just kill this instead. Yeah, leaving the 1/1 up probably doesn't actually help that much anyway. Are all these people speaking tongues in chat? Speaking tongues. Demons. Demons? Is that Romanian? Or what? I see Romania. Otherwise, I don't know. Seems like a decent rift cleaver, huh? So we'll do this because we have appropriate mana cost. Why not? I forgot this card gives 2. We can get 2 Jiraxi. It's actually not that bad. We don't need this, right? Alright, we smack him for all the damage. Can actually generate mana here. Seems decent.
A little agony goes a long way.
Go back up to 5. We can't really spend our mana right now, though. I'll make this a 2/3, I guess. You can also just hold it to try to blast through a taunt, but I think we'll blast through a taunt anyway, so.
It is finished. You win.
Honestly, like, literally every time I've drafted a Warlock, it's felt really good. I might just start picking a Warlock, like, unless it's against, like, Mage or Priest, probably. I might just start picking it every time it's offered. It just seems so good, actually. And here's all of our 1,000,000 1 and 2 drops. You wouldn't have known we had from the last game.
I greet you. And you.
Death is so profitable.
You coin Delinquent and he doesn't do anything, it's a little awkward. I would have desired he do nothing instead of doing that, but effectively kind of the same thing. Historically, Priest has been a good matchup for Warlock. Good matchup for Warlock? You mean Warlock's good? It's not as good now because, the reason Priest is a good matchup for Warlock is because, I mean, Warlock is good against Priest is because life tap beats Priest value. But the problem is that, decks have so much more value now that, like, Mage and Priest will actually outvalue life tap more consistently. So that's not really a win condition anymore. But I don't know, I mean, I've had good success drafting Warlock and just not being like, still being like pretty aggressive, but not, you know, not trying to win by fatiguing people, but also not being like super crazy zoo. Basically just going mid-range. So So it's like, as long as you can do that, it should still be a good matchup, but... It's a better matchup than like Mage. The problem with Mage is like the same problem, but they also just Pyroblast you when you get down to 10, right? That's something that Warlocks don't tend to deal with very well. I mean, this is happening. We do this, we're just like, I mean, we kind of do play around Hellfire to an extent.
Let me work my magic.
Is that coffee in the mug? Surely. Surely it is. There's a fly in front of me, it's very annoying. I just blew on him and he just didn't move. He just like stayed still and was just like sitting there, licking himself. Very awkward. I really didn't like that one drop, eh? Yeah, the flies literally like, come at me, bro. Like, you wanna get smashed? You're on my work laptop, so I literally cannot smash you. Mother. This douchebag fly. He's just like, yo, I know you can't do anything to me right now. I can when you go there, though. Yeah, you better go. You better fly away. Let's get a tap in. We need to get a tap in at some point. Killing on stream? Hey, he flew away. I did not kill.
We'll be fine. It wasn't that big.
I like the fly. He'll be good, spider food. And the spiders, keeping the spiders full will keep all the nastier bugs away. So it's all positive. You're out. Alright. Have a good, man, it's like, it's late as hell where you are. Go to sleep, bro. Have a good night. Okay, now he literally just flew on my arm. Alright, bro, this guy wants to mess with me. This fly really wants to mess with me, I see. I know we have this extra mana, but there was nothing. Everything is even cost. There's nothing we can do about it. I guess we could have like traded with this and replayed a 1/1, but I don't know. I mean, now you don't want to mess with me, fly. Even layer for this guy, the Romanian guy. Yeah. Lost Twin Tyrant. Silent Goblin. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what we get here. We should have mana to life top. We could taunt lackey this, and it makes it kind of weird for him.
So many possibilities.
Don't rush me.
Let's do it this way. It's only almost 5 a.m. Yeah, that's like morning time, right? Just wake up at that time. Alright, easiest Shavar lethal ever right now. It might just be Twin Tyrant, we'll see. Like, we could tap to try to find something a little better. Or you could just like Shadow Flame this. We don't have lethal on board though. It's just if Twin Tyrant misses this, it's actually kind of bad. Well, you could do like a safer play, which isn't as insane, but it's just guaranteed by just Shadow Flaming the Imp. Yeah, I think you just Shadow Flame the Imp. I don't know. This would be better. However, we'll do the safe play.
Almost out of time.
Rush me.
You would have, I think if you didn't tap and you just did the rush lackey, you would have rushed in this. You would have pushed like 2 more, or did we even have 1 attack guy? Yeah, we would have pushed 2 more, but that doesn't really matter. Part of the reason, like, the Twin Tyrant's the better play if it hits, but you're also just, you're almost giving him an out, because the way he would be able to come back by just using a big removal, single target removal. So the upside is you might just give him an out anyway. Yeah, he might just hit the X button instead of conceding.
Almost out of time.
Golden Warlock superior. Exactly. You have to get 3 Warlocks and then you just combine them into a golden. That's how you win. Ooh, pretty fire. Pretty fire. Alright, give me 1 minute, guys. I'll queue up in just a second. I'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out. Follow and all that stuff. Yep.
Gul'dan versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
Your soul shall be mine.
These cards don't seem like keeps. Yeah. Drawing this card against Priest. Excellent. The best matchup to draw this card. Might be a Hellfire here. It's probably a Hellfire. Other plays aren't great. Taking a bit more damage than we would like to, actually. We're at 22 and he gets to develop another board, which is pretty much free to hit us in the face again.
Mummy needs 5 more.
Well, that's not a very threatening board. We could play this, but we can also just start getting value out of this. I think I like starting getting value out of this.
Goes a long way.
Concerned if we keep this in our hand forever, we might have a bunch of small drops in our hand. So we want to put them out, I think. This thing can be played later, is kind of a type of AoE insurance. Okay. To be honest, that was not what I was expecting him to do. And where's our Rush Lackey? Our Rush Lackey is here. It's actually unbelievably awkward for us, isn't it?
See the end!
On the wings of evil. Almost out of time.
The heal could matter, but probably want the Tyrant. He used a Psych Split on a 2-drop when he had a Power Infusion in his hand. It's interesting. It's not what I would expect him to do. This is a lot of self-damage for us to take right now. Alright, well, we've played most of it, so surely nothing bad happens. Getting trolled by mind control isn't priest versus priest. No. Mind control's a pretty good card in that matchup. Tragically. We have the thing popping, right? The Vile Fiend, so we get to go through that. I mean, we also have a Twin Tyrant, which is probably better, actually. That is why we picked the Twin Tyrant. Surely nothing bad happens against Priest. Like, Priest never... Nothing ever bad happens against Priest, right? Yeah. What can Priests do? Nothing, surely. Surely nothing. Let's see. Are the drops still... Does it still show that drops exist? I haven't looked in a while. Shows that drops are still enabled. No offense, but we're not gonna win this. I mean, if I was gonna guess, our win rate in this game is like close to close to 90%. Maybe I should have taken this value trade. We're kind of tempting to go tall, which we don't actually have the answer for. Yeah, that's manageable. Unless we can avoid Bane Colossus. We're never playing this card. We don't have to play this card. We'll never have to play this card. We're like really, really far ahead in the value game, and he shouldn't be able to get bored off of us ever. We need to make sure we don't get too much board wept at once. We're giving him a really good Holy Nova right now. This might actually be too good, but yeah, that was gonna happen. It's fine. It's a good draw. We should be able to life tap one more time. I don't think we want to tap again. We could Tyrant, but Tyrant lets us push 4. We could also just develop these.
Place to hide.
Get these off of me!
Because we could freeze it and ignore it. That is a line, but I don't know. That thing's a little scary. Should run out of big things to play at some point. You just got 2 Raised Dead things, but those are likely to be Grand Mummies. You could get a Rust. The best thing you could get would be Rusted Raider or Warden. Either of them aren't that bad.
Mummy needs 5 more.
Well, it doesn't look like he has mind control actually. He just positioned very badly. Also.
Mummy needs 5 more minutes.
We could have pushed more damage with this, but
Gotcha.
I think we're okay. Shadow Flame clear. Probably could have. I mean, what would we even Shadow Flame? It just wasn't necessary. Lake Thresher won the game. We would have won with Shadow Flame anyway, but I mean, him giving us that was helpful.
Mummy needs 5 more.
Oh, he's actually alive at 1, but he's dead to Hellfire.
Gotcha.
I've been playing so many priests that don't actually have the Hellfire. I mean, don't have the mind control. It's kind of crazy. You rather get 2 mind controls or none? Yeah. Drafts are funny like that sometimes.
Gul'dan versus Illidan. This ends now. Your soul shall be mine.
We just don't need 2 3-drops, so even though 3-drops are amazing, we'll keep the one that's potentially better. Nova Brilbone, no Grave. Yeah, he didn't have Nova Brilbone or Grave Rune. He had the 4-drop buff plus Psyche Split, but he played them in the wrong order for some reason. He played the Psyche Split and then he buffed one of them afterwards. And it didn't really seem all that. It didn't seem like he needed to do it that way.
So where does the magic
But
come from?
am I the 2 MC or the 1 MC type? Are there types? I don't know. Before buckets would have been an interesting question, but after buckets, it's like I like when I'm offered 2 instead of 1.
A little agony goes a long way.
You definitely take the second most of the time, not always, but most of the time. You're offered 2. Yeah, but it's either MC or shit. That's the thing, is like, whereas like if it's, unless it's up against like a Holy Nova or something, you're probably taking the mind control. It's like the 3rd one is where you start to devalue it, I think. I think the first 2 are probably, unless you have like a bunch of late game drops already, the first 2 are basically full value, and then you start to think about the 3rd one.
See the end!
Get him! Get him! Get him!
You value Grave Runes and Psyche Split really high if you have Skystalker Pro Drake. They're really good in general. Yeah, I think Psyche Split's better than Grave Runes in general. I mean, like a really relevant and good use of Psyche Split is just to use it on a what's the 6 mana 4/9 dragon? That thing, Mage Scribe. It's just a really good Mage Scribe plus Shadow Word Death is a really good use of. That's a really good use of Psyche Split. Also, hitting your own minions is decent too. Obviously. We could drop a 5, but this is probably better. I kind of wonder, because part of the reason like this card is so undervalued by Lightforge, and I kind of wonder if it's because I wonder if the computer just isn't smart enough to know that. If their algorithm doesn't know that, like, because you can do this, right? You trade and then you play it, or you otherwise wouldn't have traded. If it's just not really, doesn't really do that. Because otherwise, how can they undervalue the card by so much? So we're taking this trade and playing this. Maybe it doesn't understand, then won't be pinged. I'm pretty sure it understands that. I think it's like their algorithm undervalues dormant minions too, right? I think it's just one of those things where it's like that's something a human is more intelligent about than a computer. Like a computer might not understand the fact that if you play a dormant minion into like not quite a lethal board, but an almost lethal board, if you play a dormant minion it doesn't do anything, but if you play a 2-drop it'll protect you from lethal the next turn, right? Like that's the kind of stuff that I think like an algorithm just isn't going to be good at. And I think that's probably the stuff that makes it falter there. It's that type of situation, like understanding when you need the initiative versus when you just want, you know, a minion. Versus when you want the later stats, I mean. You lose your mind on Grave Rune's Mage Scribe. Then you Psyche Split it, and then you both have 1,000,000 cards. I guess it doesn't really matter how we do it, right? Just do this first, then Twin Time. It doesn't matter whether you do it first or second, because they're both getting removed. You guys kind of assume 2 MC was overkill. There's not really a point where, like, I don't know. If you're in a slow meta, you can't really have too many MCs. You can have too many late game cards, but you can't really have too many MCs. You know, so it's like if you can have like a certain amount of like 7+ mana cards. Theoretically, like, if you think you could afford 4 7+ mana cards, there's no reason really why they shouldn't, or at least like 3 out of the 4 of them shouldn't all be able to be MCs. Like, if you think you can afford 5 or 6, you could easily afford 4 of them being MC. But, you know, there's only so many cards that you can afford picking that are not playable turns 1 through 6. Is kind of the limiting factor there. Otherwise you can pick a lot of MCs, really. You don't want to MC a Tyrant? A lot of times I MC Tyrants. Pretty common, actually. You don't want to. You don't feel great about it, but it's still a 4/10, you know? It's still a good play. Because that's the thing, right? You have 3 MCs, you just MC that Tyrant immediately. You're like, okay. And you feel pretty good about it, actually. When you have 3 of them. It feels bad when you only have one MC and you MC a Tyrant. When you have 3 MCs and you MC a Tyrant, you feel pretty good about it. Probably want more aggressive cards. So that's part of the value of having multiple MCs is you just get to use them, right? If you have one MC, you have to sit there being like, damn, I don't know if this is good enough, but if you have multiple, then you're just like, okay.
Is it cold in the shadows?
Let me work my magic. Don't rush me.
I would often life tap on this curve, but because we have the 2/2 on board and he could value trade, we kind of want the 1 damage to go back in if he wants to do that.
Ready. Don't rush me.
It's kind of a problem. Our next draw might... I mean, we need to get a really good draw here. We have 2 draws for 2 4-drops. Or we can just draw a 5 or a 6, but then we're in the same position next turn. It's kind of awkward because we didn't life tap on that turn. But at least the Thresher makes it a little awkward if he wants to value trade. Makes it more limited on what he can develop. Okay. Nice. Perfect order.
A little agony goes a long way.
Probably should have put this here and this here, but the 1-drop here and this here, it's not much of a difference against combustion though. Alright, thanks for the follow. Why are you freezing that thing? It doesn't even, like, you understand I can't cleave right now, right? I mean, we're just getting flame struck, it looks like, which is a bit of an issue. Great. We can Shadow Flame the 1/1 to get another 1-drop to play. It's a good 1-drop at least. Could actually be... This might actually be better than Tyrant. Probably not though. It's a really bad feeling. Really bad feeling Tyrant though. Okay, at least he gave us, well, I mean, we actually probably have to Shovel Fist that. Shadow Flame to set up Tyrant on the 1-drop. Maybe, I don't know. At the same time, it's like, if you know you're going to be falling behind, you kind of want the Shadow Flame to come back, possibly, right? Like, we can Shadow Flame this now, if we don't want to just rely on the 10-drop. We had a pretty good poly, but he might not have used it. Seems like a pretty good Shadow Flame.
So many possibilities.
A place to hide.
And suffering await you.
We can actually draw this thing, it'll be really good. That's the problem. We're gonna be dependent on Colossus after all, it turns out. Damn. Brutal. You could play this, but then, I don't know. We're gonna probably be relying on this at some point. You might as well do it sooner rather than later. Otherwise, you're kind of just giving him more draws for Polymorph, so. Does not have it. There's things that we could get that would probably be worth getting.
So many possibilities.
So anything we would actually play. I guess we might play like a Shadow Bolt. We have nothing to activate Nether Breath. Probably just mystery choice. Okay. There's obviously a world where you don't want to tap into Pyro range, but it's a little optimistic to say you're beating Pyro anyway. He's not playing like he has it, so. You're also tapping into Polymorph killing you, but I think we kind of have him on not having Poly at this point. Oh. I mean, I was expecting he would, okay. Is there anything we actually want to tap into? Hellfire is one off. We don't have any demons right now.
So many possibilities.
This is where Shadow Flame with me golden. Yeah, I mean, we got a good Shadow Flame, so. I don't think we want to be shy. There's just nothing we really tap into though. Like the Prime. The Prime is like the only good draw. I guess Thresher's decent. Yeah, there's like no good draws. That's kind of the problem. We still probably do it. Alright, Thresher's okay.
So where does the magic
I just want this for cleave protection. Oh wait, he has the cleave is dead. What am I? Whatever. It's still AoE protection. Alrighty. Hey Magister, how you doing?
Gul'dan, Jaina.
You asked for it.
Your soul
More mages. We are in mage territory now. How am I doing? I'm doing alright. Doing alright. That's good. That's good. No poly, we jolly. Exactly. Exactly.
Business is booming. Summoning portal open.
Yeah, 3 out of 5, actually 4 out of 6 games so far are Major Priest in this run. We actually only faced 2 out of 6 in the last run. Actually, not that many earlier, but yeah, this run for some, I was about to say for some reason we're running into all of them, and then I realized, oh yeah, it's because we are at, yeah. The win-loss record might have something to do with that. Just a wild guess. Probably not coincidental. Okay, you got like nothing out of this, and now it's dead, so it's fine.
A little agony goes a long way.
Missed Observer, which is good.
Is it cold in the shadows?
I don't care about. Coil would be nice. I mean, if we think we're gonna lose board, this would be good, but just getting the lackey is probably fine. Take a dragon. The rush. You could take the rush for this, though. I kind of saw a dragon and I jumped super excitedly. But yeah, like, that would have been good. Might have been better. And we're actually really low already. I didn't realize how low we were. Is that a Conjurer's? I hope not. It's not a Conjurer's, that's a Scorpid. Alright, it's fine. Yeah, like if we had the Rush Lackey here, it'd be insane. I think I should have taken the rush. We might lose because of that.
step up.
Either he has pyro or he doesn't, right? We might die to a fireball. Fireball and frostbolts kill us immediately. Okay. We get to DQA now. So we're gonna have to. We probably need to shovel fist whatever pops out of this thing. It's probably still the plan. There's a pretty good chance we get board cleared and then and then we DQA and then we get pyroblasted. Sounds like a plan, right?
Would you help a weary traveler?
For Nazata.
God, this board is just so awkward. We can't really deal with it very well.
So many possibilities.
Our removal doesn't really help all that much. Probably DQA then.
Life and hope are worth fighting.
Not useful. So we're probably dead. Possibly want to not respect even a frostbolt. We died to even a scorpion, but you go all face and then at least you're threatening. We'll do this, I guess. It's not something I'm excited about. I was hoping to get just any heal or taunt off of that thing.
Magic come from.
The fires of vengeance burn bright.
If he had a fireball, we'd be dead already. It's actually pretty brutal. Okay, that makes us at least safe to we're safe to Tyrant now. I guess we'll do Brightwing first.
We are friends now.
Because otherwise we would die if this got popped.
That's an upgrade. Probably.
Okay. He needs a frostbolt. Oh god. He hit the emote button. Or he's hovering the emote button.
I'm a one of a kind. I'm a one of a kind.
Nice. Actually, he's still not dead is the issue. The odds of us getting lethal off of this are pretty low. We can still kind of go for it.
Let me work my magic.
Because he had no burn in his deck. Excellent. Yeah, he wasn't playing like he had the burn, so... Because he could have been prioritizing Ping's face, and he just wasn't, so...
Gul'dan versus Uther. I will fight with honor. Your soul shall be mine.
I think especially going first, we have too many Hellfires in the deck to consider playing one going... Or consider keeping one going first.
Step up.
If he wants to use his coin like that, it's kind of fine. Nice. Doing both of these isn't crazy. It's a lot more tempo. It's like 5 power on board instead of 2, which is kind of locked up taking the trade on the 1/1. This is a lot more aggressive.
Reporting for duty.
Wow. Okay.
The storm is coming.
Get these off of me.
Honestly, I don't think the face damage is worth that much. The chance of him removing this is high enough. It's probably not worth it.
A sacrifice?
Get down. You're paying for my destruction.
Because he top decks that immediately. He did have the True Silver, so we would have gotten punished the last turn too. Didn't look like he had Consecration though. This is about the same Consecration that he would have had last turn.
Reporting for duty.
So we're actually gonna... Okay, we'll probably do that instead. I was gonna say we were probably gonna swap this to a 1/3 just to value trade with it. But this is better now. Yes, Sweet Tyrant, it's not the most exciting Tyrant ever, but... I mean, the other play would be to do both of these. Or we would swap this, which is honestly fine. This is like the same amount of tempo on board, but we have a Twin Tyrant in our hand is the difference. And we'll do that. It's a really good thing we played around that True Silver earlier. Really bad lackeys, actually. We can evolve the second half of this. Oh, great. No.
Reporting for duty.
Using that for one draw seems really, really questionable right now. I'm gonna be honest. That seems really questionable. I feel like, I'm not gonna say he would have won this game, but that feels like game losing. Bad. Nice. That's a decent pull. He probably wasn't going to beat that evolve anyway, but unless he has a Deathwing, which does not look like he has.
Reporting for duty. The victory is yours.
His deck is literally just like, pick all the broken Paladin cards, put them all together. That's his deck. He didn't have Libram though. He was missing Libram and Consecration, which were the two cards, the two Paladin cards in the entire set that would have been the best for him.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
There's a severe weather warning, thunderstorm. It was a few hours ago. I didn't hear any thunder though. It's a really good opening for this deck. Water Lily? Yeah, safer. I would have preferred a Water Lily so we could just trade into it, honestly. Probably just slam the Hippogriff then. Lets the numbers add up relatively well. We do like both of these next turn. If you do like tap Vile Fiend, the next turn's probably really awkward too. So think you just want to get the thing out. We probably want to take this trade so this guy cannot die to this. You also go all phase. Wouldn't be that crazy to just go all phase. But I think you want this trade. I guess you are giving him this trade, so it might not be worth that much, but we probably can't kill that. Like, we could, but it's just not worth it. There's nothing that would help us here. We get like a soul share, I think is what it's called, the 2-mana deal 3 for that. I think I'd rather just look for a drop here. Yeah.
So where does the magic come from?
We need a drop that survives Flame Strike. So Skystalker, it was like Skystalker or the 7-drop dragon, basically. Those were the two. Wow, I didn't even have a spell to activate that thing. Okay, well we can kill it now pretty easily. But we might still not. Because like Hellfire doesn't does as much damage to us as it does to him. So we might just kill the spell damage and send most things phase. Yeah. We're 1 off right now. I don't think I would have gone all face before, but with that draw, I'll go all face. But you have to imagine you would have done the Flame Strike, right? So. It's Frostnova, but he's still dead. I think Hellfire, if we just do Hellfire or Soulfire, it's always lethal, right? I don't think there's a combination of spells that saves him. Hell of a Flame Ward though. The only thing that saved him would be like if there was some 4-drop lifesteal taunt or something. that he could get off of Netherwind Portal. More mages.
You asked for it.
Excellent. We be farming all the mages. I guess we'll keep this. Jar Dealer is better if we draw Genius, but otherwise I think you just take the stat. Possible 3-2 might scare him into not coining something that he should coin. Actually, kind of want the initiative right now, if I'm being honest. So I kind of want the initiative to protect this thing. Probably not that important to even protect that thing.
The end is coming.
That's kind of okay. Question here is if we can tap or we can drop initiate to get the 1/1. Getting the 1/1 may actually be worth it. I feel like it probably is worth it.
You fight me, you get burned.
It was very worth it. It was very, very worth it. Although we would have had the ping anyway, but... I guess we still do the AUG.
A little agony goes a long way. That's an upgrade. Probably.
Him being willing to throw out that firebrand means there's a fairly good chance he has a second one. Okay, if you do Thresher, it probably just eats the Scorpid hit, which is fine. You could also do the Genius plus Scoundrel. The Thresher is a body that survives Flame Strike, which might be more useful later. The Thresher is really just a Druid Claw right now, it's just a 4/6 taunt. Which isn't awful, but... we do probably want to get the Lackey train rolling also. I think Bane of Doom is good. If we could guarantee this would be like a hard removal, that would be better, but otherwise, like, this is just fine. It's a problem, like, if you do this, you protect this guy, right? But I think we're okay letting him go.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Should be fine. We might not take this Bane of Doom because I think doing damage Lackey plus Thresher is probably better.
That's an upgrade. Probably.
Now we can do both. Damage Lackey plus Bane of Doom. I think we'll go for it. Yep. I guess maybe Bane of Doom first was better, but... so we could have saved the damage Lackey and played Flame Imp if we wanted to take damage on our guy. That was probably fine. I don't know. Keeping it full is kind of nice because it survives rolling Fireball now though, so... it's actually not the worst Fireball. I mean, Hellfire ever. So this, you can kill this and then go face. Seems like the play. And probably just play all the play everything. Alright, bro. Alright, bro. You and me, we've had a lot of good times, bro. Alright, bro. You know, we cool, right? We cool. Pretty sure we cool. We definitely cool, Mr. Trick Totem. Just don't fuck it up, Mr. Trick Totem. I mean, that could have been worse. I'm just gonna be, that could have been worse. I'm not even gonna complain. That could have been worse. He can kill like all of this, but he can't really do anything about that. Unfortunate. Too bad that wasn't one draw earlier, but damn. That means we're not guaranteed to push through. Well, now we're guaranteed if we want to. But I mean, Tyrant would be really nice right now. Oh, we are guaranteed to push through. Oh yeah, we'll do that. So we can just, we can hit twice. Which I think is just fine. This guy had like a really... That's a really aggressive mage, actually. He just didn't really start out super great. We had the Vile Fiend, I guess, so he just kind of didn't have the right answer. Yeah, he didn't draw the Observer, right? It's a really, really low curve mage. Wow. Hey, Sai, how you doing? Boom. It's really, really... I mean, he only had one card above 4 mana. As a mage. You don't see that every day. And he also had a Doomsayer. Like, I thought he was going to be a control deck when he played the Doomsayer. And then he just literally only plays 2 to 4 mana minions. Alright. Alright. Mage is good. Just think about mage, right? You can get these infinite value mages, but you can also just draft it hard aggro and it'll work, right? It's the general thing that's true. Whenever you have like a #1 class, like you can... It might not be optimal, but you can do pretty much anything and it'll work when it's #1. Because it's just that much better than everyone else. I know Warlock. Dude, Warlock has been... I was saying like early in this run, Warlock, every time I have picked Warlock, it has been good. I'm like at like 5 straight runs with Warlock that have been... all felt really good. So, I don't know. I think Warlock is pretty severely underrated.
Where does the magic come from?
It's probably like I think it's harder to play, or not even like it's hard to play. That might be part of it, but I think people have in their mind that Warlock is supposed to be a certain way. You just don't have to play it that way. People want it to be like super control or super zoo or whatever. You just play mid-range. Every time I played Warlock, I just played mid-range and it's just really good. Except the one time I got the 4-drop legendary and then it was more zooey and then it was also really good, but... Okay, do we want to coin the Mana Saber? If we coin the Mana Saber, we can play the 5 next turn. Seems pretty good. Just getting this rolling is also not bad. I think given our hand, it makes more sense to do this, though. Lets us kill off Assassin. I mean, it lets us kill off the spell damage if we're really afraid of it. If he's that kind of a... we can see what kind of a mage he is. This guy's the exact opposite of the last guy. Warlock has OP hero power. It does, yeah. It limits the class to an extent, but... especially in Arena right now, like, Warlock hero power is actually not very good. It's pretty bad against both Rogue and Mage. So, it's good against Priest still, but... Could have also done the School Spirit. No, these had 3 health, never mind. Could have done Hellfire, it's probably not worth it. Yeah. It's a little weird. Still wouldn't have been the worst Hellfire, but I'm pretty sure this was better still. The one thing is that Hellfire wouldn't get better, so... you could like Hellfire and not reveal this. That might have been better. Pretty bad versus warriors with 6 weapons that just swing face. Yeah. Imagine seeing a warrior though. Omega lol. Too many mages in Arena. There were a lot of them, that's for sure. Yeah, I think we probably should have used the Hellfire that turn because like it's gonna be really hard to use this card now.
I wonder. Let me work my magic.
We're kind of stuck in a value game, which is not exactly where we want to be.
Gotcha.
With this deck against super greedy value mage.
My business.
Doesn't look like he's that greedy actually. I mean, he's already discovered 3 spells. 4 spells, my bad, actually. He's already discovered 4 spells. But in this day and age, you see that and you're like, 4 spells discovered by turn 6. It's like an average mage, right? Just average. Any fungus? No one knows about that. We don't talk about that in this stream.
So many possibilities.
Nothing here is really exciting me right now. I can taunt this thing, I guess.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I really regret not using the Hellfire on that turn. Would have still been pretty awkward though. So we're fine from a value perspective, it's just our life is too low. Mage Scribes to come. Well, he would have played a Mage Scribe probably, so. Looks like no Mage Scribing coming. He's doing a very good job. Like, we needed to take that Hellfire and we had it, because he's just, you know, he's just being really annoying. He's just making sure that we can't really develop or do anything. So if he doesn't do anything to this board though, it makes me think he doesn't have anything, and then I might just, well, it's like I would like to YOLO the board, but we can't actually do it because we don't have the right things. Okay, no, he just has spell damage, arcane explosion. Yeah. See, like, we want to be playing aggro, but we're literally dead ourselves. We can't aggro because we're literally dead. Yeah. If we took that Hellfire, this would have been a closer game, I think. But we still would have been really rough. Yeah, I don't know. We're already basically dead, so we have no healing. If we had healing, we could, like, maybe theoretically win, but if we took that Hellfire, it would have been a much closer game. I think we probably still would have lost, but the game would have looked very different. It would have been much better for us. I don't know, we might have won, honestly. Like, it would have looked so much better for us. But I don't know. We would have had to see like what was in his deck, because we didn't need to. He didn't need to show us the better part of his deck.
Well met.
There's a fair chance we get to late game and we just lose the value game anyway. Hey, who knows? Every time we stop by, we're crushing Arena. We do try. We try to do these things. Yeah, we're pretty set on AoE options, it looks like. I think it's clear that I just need to draft more Warlock. Is what it seems like. That is not the best draw right now. Alright. It's a bit of an issue, actually. We might have to Shadow Flame. Not the happiest Shadow Flame in history. Oh. I mean, we can Hellfire now. Probably just a Mana Saber, though. Okay. Coin Hammer of Wrath to kill a 3/1. When you have 1/1s on the board. Huh. Okay then. Okay, we could like hit Hellfire. The thing is, we know he has a bunch of 1-drops, so I don't want to use these AoEs really. We could play this, it's just if he has buffs, it kind of gets wrecked, right? So you could just do these and just let him play even more into AoE, hopefully. Seems like, honestly, not the worst idea ever. It's a 9/1 Paladin, either he's good or his deck is phenomenal. Or both. But, yeah. Okay, that was the Blessing of Authority. That was the Hand of a Doll. I'm pretty sure he's choosing between a Blessing of Authority and a Hand of a Doll. That was a third one. Okay, he also has a Sand Breath. He had 3 different buffs there. We're definitely going with the his deck is phenomenal because he showed 3 different buffs and he also showed them all to us. So, yeah. Or he's bluffing, which is also possible, but trade school spirits, right?
Many possibilities.
Yeah, that lets us tap and play both the 1/1s. That seems really good, actually. We'll tap first. I guess we'll play that instead of one of the 1/1s.
Let me work my magic.
He was like holding back for that AoE. I think he was still holding back a little bit, right? He still has a 1-drop in his hand. But it's not bad. It could have been better, but it's not bad. Okay, we have Twin Tyrant. It's not the greatest Twin Tyrant ever, but it's not the worst Twin Tyrant ever. We don't really have a better play. So it's a 50-50. Baby Rage. Fine, we're still winning. Wow. It's actually insane. Oh shit, he has a, it's probably a redemption. It's actually a problem. It's not a redemption, okay.
A little agony goes a long way.
I was with the Timberwolves today.
We must stand together, united for Dalaran.
If we ignore him, ton up. Yeah, I don't think it's. I still think it's not worth killing the Argent Commander. I'm trying to just set up another AoE basically, so. Or not. Imagine trying to set up an AoE in this day and age. Against people that just give their minions +8/+8. Broken. This guy stopped playing tour guides, that would be. This guy drafted 2 tour guides. Is that just the secret to Paladin? Just draft every tour guide? Might be. Huh. We can still ignore that and go face. I mean, I kind of want to pop the Divine Shield just in. I mean, obviously it was Noble Sack, so it didn't matter, but popping the Divine Shield seems, unless you're setting up lethal or something, I don't see a reason not to pop the Divine Shield. Just for like 1 face damage. I mean, I guess we can top. We don't have another Scarab. Yeah, I mean, even if... Even if we did, it's like you just draw a consecration or something. You know? Doesn't feel like we have to give him outs, you know? So I think I wasn't really considering that, but it's like in a closer game maybe, but given that I think we just win playing safe and being really far ahead, probably not needed. You haven't seen angling rods in Arena in forever. We played Warrior and we got smorked by an angling rod. That was fun. Got 10 win paladin, 3 angling rods. Good god. Good god. Angling rod is like probably in the top 10 cards in the game. It was like, it's like one of the only cards that might be in the top 10 cards in the game that was printed before this expansion. It's like one of like 3 cards printed before this expansion that might actually be in that list. Even Murky Murloc is afraid of the Murloc weapon. That's how you know it's scary. Think about that card. It's like a Fiery War Axe that just draws you 2 cards, because why not? It's 2 Murlocs, which are not really the equivalent of 2 cards, but I mean, still. I don't know if he thought this through all the way. I'm gonna venture to guess that he did not think this through all the way. I mean, this is always happening. It's just, do you go 2-2 or do you go 3-1? It's just the question here. You go 2-2, Holy Nova still isn't actually that bad, and you kind of bait it out. So, kind of like it. If you go 3-1, your next turn you have 5 mana, so your mana is a little weird actually. So I think this is probably just correct. If anyone's wondering what we're talking about, he buffed like he buffed his guy just so it could get eaten by our rush that was spawning. So, it was probably a fine play if we didn't have a rush spawning, but, you know. But we did, so there's that. Probably want to life tap here over this. I think there's nothing we'd play, so we'll tap first. Nice. We'll still do this. I know we're giving up the 1-1, which I usually wouldn't do, honestly. Okay, we'll take that. But I want to have, like... I was kind of hoping to get, like, a Siphon Soul or something to have that option unlocked for this turn. In case he plays a Mage Scribe or something. We have the Alchemist, though. Well, it just activates immediately anyway, so... fine. Because I also kind of don't want this to get Shadow Arcaned right now. Okay, we have this. The swap is very good though, so.
A little agony goes a long way.
Let me work my magic.
Yeah, we'll use the swap. Like, you don't have to technically, but it's 2 mana deal 5 damage is, and summon a 2/2. That seems like a pretty good card. Greetings, fellow gamers. Will you kindly introduce me to this family of gamers? Thank you. Hello, you're new. Welcome, welcome, Sally Crunch. How are you doing? We are the gamers where, as the title says, we are unlucky when we lose, and it's a heart and skill when we win, so... The best kind of gamers, basically. Okay, this is not what we're looking for. It's always good to draw nothing but 2 and 3 drops against Priest. Kappa. So kind of... The Void Terror is okay, I guess. We only have like... We have a Twin Tyrant. That's it, right, for dragons? Void Terror is actually potentially useful. We do have a couple of these. We don't have a demon. Oh, we do have a demon. Okay. We'll do that then. That's pretty sick, actually, because it gets the spell burst back. If you could somehow make that work, that would be really cool, actually. Yeah, I guess we'll play around with Nova a little bit more than playing a board that completely dies to Nova. Or that. Okay, he has a giant dragon now. Excellent. Excellent. We love when our opponent has giant dragons that we have no ability to interact with. Nice, nice. Or no ability to pressure, I mean. It's weird, like, I think you want to play this first. You give him the information that you have a second one, but you want to have the ability to play them both if you wanted to, I think. So I think you would just give him the information most of the time.
You think this is your time? It is mine.
Oh, that was a pretty crappy order for him, actually. I think it's random, right? So worked out for us. Order Keck W. Is that an Order Keck W? I think that's an Order Keck W. We should be in pretty good shape. Until he plays a million more value cards, and then we are in less good shape. A lot of his hand has been in his hand for a while, which means they probably are pretty likely to be big things. But I mean, we get 2 cards per turn, and he doesn't. So there's that. Oh, he's already played 3 Draconic Studies. And this was also a Draconic Studies card, by the way, so you might still play it. This could still be like a 9-drop, right? Yeah, it could still be a 9-drop. You bang on MC. Yeah, this card and this card are both somewhat likely to be MCs. Somewhat lackey. Somewhat likely. No. It's not good. Nothing in our hand helps us at all. That's problematic. That, I mean... not the most helpful thing right now either. Zeraku's good if we're trying to play the long game, which we might be. Evasive Wire might just be safer though.
So many possibilities. Almost out of time.
Because we might just want to kill a taunt or whatever. How do we bait out that MC? I don't think we do. Doesn't seem like we're giving an MC bait. I guess like the 8-drop could be MC bait. But we're kind of trying to aggro him down, which I don't know if it's gonna actually work. Ugh. I guess we lose. Wave of Apathy is like on the list of like really dumb arena cards. Like it's like a lot of times it doesn't matter, but like when it does, when that card is good, it's so broken. It just doesn't matter because it's situational enough, but man, it's on the list of things where it's like I don't know if something with that kind of power level should really exist. Specifically in Priest, like honestly, Wave of Apathy is totally fine in Paladin. It's just really broken in Priest specifically. It's honestly not a problem in Paladin. It feels like we just have to do this. Like, I guess we could Hellfire, but... you could like, face, Hellfire... Shavara. Okay. I mean, we'll try. Oh, I screwed up the order, didn't I? So we can do it this way. It's probably better, actually. Can we beat? Question again is, can we realistically beat an MC? We can do trade Hellfire Shavara. He's had that card since turn 0. Yeah, I know. We played against several priests today where people have been holding turns since turn 0 and it's not been MC. What a surprise. it seems to be happening a lot more recently for some reason. I don't know. It might just be my luck, but... So, I mean, if we want to say he doesn't have MC now, maybe that's reasonable. But double 4 is a play also. Probably just want to take our chances at this point. You don't think we've had a desirable? Well, he only has his last 2 draws at this point. They never have MC. My new motto: they never have it. Yeah, we played against like... We played like 5 priests today, and I don't think a single one had a single MC. Or at least none of them played a single MC. It's kind of funny. Because I was thinking like, you know, he's at 10 wins, right? Like, or close to 10 wins at least. You would expect he would have it, but... guess not. Your next run, you'll use what you learned here and get MC'd 3 times in the same game. An excellent strategy. That guy's deck, it looked like, though, his power was not like stuff like in hindsight, like, you know, he drafted and played 3 Dragon Discovers. So, like, that was the power of his deck, so that's why he was there without having an MC, I guess. Or he just didn't draw it, you know? Kind of forces him to trade more.
That's an upgrade. Probably.
Kind of annoying. It's an odd buff because it doesn't really do anything. Just doing Coin Hellfire is not the craziest thing ever. We coined Saberwing and Thresher. The thing is I think we want to cast one of these. Because, yeah, like, that makes sense to do that into that. It's really good. I'm just not sure it's close. It's probably the safe line. Can we take the safe line and win this game? Probably. It's just, this play is really bad at setting up our AoEs in hand. But if we don't have to AoE, it's fine. Okay, if he does that, we can just Hellfire. And that's honestly just really good too. Yeah. Still gave us a really good AoE. We're pretty happy about that. I don't think we want to reveal our stealth. We can't do anything with the mana, and we might just give him a good Scorpid target or something. Damn, could have used that mana later, but it's okay. He has one more Rising Wind still. The next 2 turns are going to be a little weird. We need to get to Twin Tyrant without taking too much damage or falling too far behind.
We must stop this corruption.
I know what I was expecting. Nice side effect of this thing was it forced him to trade when he wouldn't have otherwise, so that's nice. I guess we're gonna drop another one. This thing's really bad actually because it's a liability against swipe. It's a little weird, like kind of anti-synergy in our hand, because these things are going to make him play around AoE while we have the AoE that we kind of need to get value out of given our curve. It's a little awkward, but... Hey Hearthstone, how you doing? It's pretty good for us if he doesn't have a heal of some kind. Nice. Alright, I think we can get this out. It makes us slightly less weak to swipe, which is really nice. Kills off her second cleave, plays into AoE, gets Twin Tyranted, seems good. That's a swipe or a stall fall. Or a Shavara. Nah, Tyrant's still good. Just chilling with this win. We're trying, we're trying. Ah, shit. We may be dead. We need like... yeah. Kinda need... I think we needed Shovel Fist this draw. We get 2 draws for it or Colossus. Oh, that's... yeah, that's good actually. That's really good. I'll also make a 10-4, but... The giant board, even if he draws a dragon or 2, theoretically we should be relatively okay. Alright, that's not bad. If he survivals on turn 10. Oh god. Oh yeah, we actually just... well, we have Shadow Flame. This is like the combo he built his entire deck around. And we have the Shadow Flame. We don't have a great Shadow Flame target. We would have to use the Shavara. I don't think we do that though. We're stuck in this game that doesn't feel like we can actually win.
We must stop
Guy just has an unbeatable deck, it looks like.
Let me work my magic. You win this time.
Yeah, just completely unwinnable game. Best Druid deck I've ever seen by like a significant margin. Yeah, that guy's basically snuck a constructed deck in. He must have queued wrong game mode. Yeah, probably. Alright, we're against Priest, which should theoretically be a good matchup.
Your soul shall be mine.
Theoretically.
Blessings to you.
More like a wisp than a warning.
We're already kind of in trouble. We have options though.
You lack style.
Oh no, not like this.
You have me.
It's gonna be one of those games. We might want to Hellfire this immediately. So I think we want to play this right now. Do you think it's getting buffed on turn 3? If it does, we're kind of boned. So we're kind of committed into this Hellfire. Okay. I was hoping he would give us another minion with Hellfire. Now it's a little awkward. We've made the mistake once this run of not doing Hellfire when it was playable. I think we'll just do it. We'll do it here. If you like tempo out, you give him trades, you might activate a Scorpid and stuff. It's just really bad, actually. Nice, yeah, we just knock him off board. Transmogrifier is actually probably really scary for us. I think we want to get rid of that thing. The way he played it and stuff, like, I think his deck's value might be built around it at least a little bit. So.
A charming composition.
Yeah, it's like Transmogrifier is like, it's a lot. It used to be really bad, but legendaries have gotten a lot better. So giving people legendaries is actually legitimately scary now. It's like, you know, you can still completely whiff legendaries, but if you leave it up for a long period of time, it's just, they'll get good ones. They'll get, like, really good ones. There's too many broken legendaries in the game. If you leave it up for several turns, then it kind of does actually win games. Feels like now.
I wonder.
You definitely make an argument for keeping the stealth to protect it from an Aug Merchant, but I also do want to pressure a little bit. So the thing is like, priests don't tend to feel the same as mage right now. Like, it's pretty weak, okay. Priests you can actually outvalue is what it feels like to me, where it's like, you know, mages you can't really outvalue a lot of the time, you just have to smork them, but you can actually outvalue mages, I mean priests a pretty fair amount of the time, seems like. But you have to like limit their value, right? Which is where like killing the transmog there and stuff comes into play. We can do the Hailbringer, but like we have enough on board, and he's gonna want to AoE us anyway. We probably just want to tap instead, I feel. That's pretty good too. We actually got a Siphon Soul off of this card finally. I drafted this card literally to get Siphon Soul, and now the 14th game we finally got Siphon Soul off of it. Better late than never, I guess. Like, we picked this over something good, just thinking, okay, it'll give us Siphon Soul, and then it'll be fine. Or something like that. It's a little annoying. You appreciate me letting you backseat game this? I don't mind backseat gaming in general, like as long as like, you know, if you're, you know, people are like just saying like, oh my god, why didn't you, you know, that kind of thing. It's kind of annoying, but other than that, like, people are presenting ideas, it's generally fine. Comes in clutch on the final game. Yeah, it's like if you're crap for the entire season, but you win the World Series or whatever, that's all that matters, right? Four mana, 7/5, plus the information that we have a Rift Cleaver. Actually, you know what's funny is like I was thinking how important it is that we get this Siphon Soul. Because I literally forgot we had this card because we've drawn it so infrequently that I just forgot we even had it. That's interesting. Okay. We can swap to this if we want. We can't do that and Dark Glare tap. That probably looks like our play right now. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, oh yeah, we have that card. Nice to see you, Rift Cleaver. Now that we get a priest and you're on the other side, you little friend. He was a weapon, we'd have it every game. That's only when we have a deck with 6 weapons, then we would have it every game. I have bad news for you, sir. Do we value the freeze is the question. Probably not. I think we just trade off the freeze. I think we keep the more stats.
Think you do value the freeze? Why though? I don't think it matters that much. Bug needs to just flies back. You think you should throw the freeze in? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we need the freeze. So if he can mind control this right now. Doesn't look like. If he had a mind control, he would probably do it. I mean, if he doesn't have a death. You might mind control even if you have a death, depending on what you have. Steal or Twin Tyrant, why don't you? Hellfire is lethal. It's possible to get lethal with lackeys also.
A little agony goes a long way.
10 damage is a lot. Yeah, it's a little too much, I think. We can't protect our 9-1 from the 4-10 anyway, because he has a rush spawning, so I don't think we care that much about it. We got 2 damage. Malaki. See. You got Shadow Flame too? Fuck, dude. He got Twin Tyrant and Shadow Flame. Can you imagine? Can you imagine high rolling that hard? What is it like to high roll that hard? I would like to know. We should still be in good shape. This is a really hard board to deal with. It looks like the Brittlebone Destroyer, probably. It's not a Brittlebone Destroyer. Might just play this. I think we siphon and wait. It might be reasonable. We could siphon and lackey. The other play is like, I don't really want a Twin Tyrant face because we could actually die. It's very unlikely, but we could die. I think, yeah, siphon plus lackey is probably just fine. I mean, he doesn't have great reactive answers, it looks like. So I mean, I don't know what's in his hand. He probably has like, I'm not sure if I think we have kept enough pressure that he probably wouldn't want to mind control. So one of them might actually be mind control. Can't leave that up. Yeah. They always have the apotheosis, that's the thing. So stupid, actually. So he's at full health now. Yeah, heal that one, please. Thank you. Like, imagine we spend the entire game dealing damage to him and now he's literally at 30 because he had 2 cards. It's This last card's Mind Control, we actually lose, I think.
Let me work my magic.
Stay out of my deck!
It's a really good Twin Tyrant at least. The Apotheosis top deck. No, he had the Apotheosis was the card he had in his hand the entire game.
Is anyone else?
And that's not a Mind Control. I don't think we play that. That looks like a way for us to lose right now. If he has one Plague of Death, we actually can't win anymore. What could be holding on to? I mean, he's on top decks now. We may actually want to play this. No, actually, that's fine. We'll just play that instead. Because he's not holding on to cards. He's basically on top decks. Oh no, we don't want to kill that thing. This thing's a liability against Thresher, so we don't want to kill it. Even though he might give it lifesteal again, you know.
You've got me fired up. Now we're cooking.
Alrighty. Just don't draw a freaking Holy Nova. Or worse. Grats on 12. We have not won yet. If he has Plague of Death or Soul Mirror, we lose.
What is Elun's will?
And if he has Holy Nova, we might lose.
Well played.
Excellent.
What is
He's just gonna immediately play. He's gonna well played and then he's gonna play. Boom, Plague of Death, go. The classic, he got the Mind Control finally. The Colossus to assert dominance. Yeah. Alright. So they do have Mind Control, we just never draw it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, people watching this on YouTube. This will probably be on YouTube in a week or so. I have like stuff queued up until like, I think my last queued up video is March 1st, so this will probably be in like early September, but alright. Nice, nice, nice. Double gold and rare. Game wants us to play Paladin now, I see.